All right, welcome to the next run. We got Resident Evil with the bird in the background, who's going to be cheering these two on. TAINTEDTALI and Aeshmah. You two, take it away.
Hi, welcome back. I was just doing another run before this. Now I am joined by TAINTEDTALI, and we are going to do some Resident Evil 5 New Game Plus, no 1-1, no rocket launcher, amateur.
Yes.
Which is a mouthful.
Yes.
But since we have a lot of time to explain what that run is actually about, I guess we just go on ahead and jump right into it. And
also, we have birds in the background, but he's not really visible right now. He really does sleep. But I also have a dog on my lap, so I guess dog percent we can also add on to the long category.
I guess so, because that category name is not long enough just yet.
Exactly.
Anyway.
But yeah, let's go. Whenever you're ready.
Just choked on something. But yes, let's get this run going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a co-op run, obviously. Do you want to explain why we're doing this on console split screen?
Okay, sure. So the original plan was that we were gonna do, our usual setup, which is that we play on PC. You can see both screens, full screen, not in split screen. But then,
come on!
Oh, you're watching me. Ah! Good start.
Now I change it.
But then my graphics card just decided to up and die on me. So we decided that instead of risking something weird happening during the marathon, we figured, you know what, let's switch to console instead, because that will be a safer approach. So, a bit of a jank setup, but at least we can show you the game and it'll be stable.
And hey, we got a good run, and it will be an auto world record because nobody has run this category on console yet. So, hey, world record hype, right?
Also true.
Speaking of world record hype, we do have a donation incentive for you guys. If that gets met, we will go ahead and punch the boulder at the end of the run. So, you have about 1.5 hours to still get some money in for that. So, get to donate. Because we are still a charity event here. Do not forget about that, even if we have a lot of fun.
Can I both?
Yeah, to quickly reiterate what this category that we're running actually is, because it's not a lot of
Roger that.
Oh, I'm looking it up.
Which is used to being on the other side, respectively. Give a little bit out of the blue. Anyway, New Game Plus, I guess, is pretty much self-explanatory at this point, right? We are playing on a cleared save file of the game, so we have all the weapons unlocked, all the upgrades. So we basically had max end game level of power right from the start, which obviously makes it so that the fights and everything go by really fast.
Yeah. And the main thing we do need that for is the infinite ammo, which you can see makes it a lot easier.
Yes. Imagine having to reload your weapon.
Come on! Couldn't be me.
Exactly. And then we also have no 1-1 because we actually skipped the very first chapter of the game because it's boring.
It's basically an auto-scroller, so it just, why not skip it?
Yeah, it's like an 8-minute chapter or something, 6 minutes of which are just standing around and waiting for a timer to end.
Yeah.
It's like not that interesting to watch. So we are very glad that this category exists, which lets us just outright skip that chapter.
Right into the action.
Exactly.
And now we're coming up to, I guess, the first piece of speed tech you will notice. I will just stay in this area while Aeshmah runs to go grab the objective, and the reason for that is that otherwise the trigger would normally happen when we walk back, but since I'm staying here, we'll just immediately trigger without us needing to do any extra walking. So, nice and fast.
And that was most because that is another thing with our category, because we do the no rocket launcher category. As the Resident Evil diehards of you may know, I just picked it up again. The rocket launcher is the most powerful weapon in every Resident Evil game, and obviously if you finish the game, you are able to pick up rocket launchers with infinite ammo, which basically is to one-shot each and every enemy
Every
in
boss,
the game.
too.
Yeah. which is a little bit boring, I want to say. I mean, it has its own strategies throughout the run, which actually makes it a little bit more involved than at least I initially thought when I heard about it. But still, every time a boss shows up, you basically just point the rocket launcher at it and it vanishes. So we're not allowed to do that because we are not allowed to use any of the rocket launchers in the game. So we have to go ahead and find some other strategies to deal with them. Now, obviously, so one of them, which is just to equip the Magnum, which is basically the second most powerful weapon, and just shoot it until it dies. However, we will also use a couple of other strategies for some of the later bosses. Not spoiling it just yet, but you will see soon. On that. And then obviously the last part of the puzzle is amateur because we are playing on the easiest difficulty of the game, which is the amateur.
Because that's how we go fast. Like, why add difficulty? That just makes us go slower.
I mean, also on professional difficulty, you basically die in one hit,
which is slow.
Yeah.
Now you also get to see the first example of something we'll do a couple of times, which is... Oh, we're not doing it?
I guess we're not doing it. Because I forgot about it. I just wanted to show you off.
Well, we don't need to do it, so it's fine. But one thing you'll see later on, not this time, is something that we call tactical resets in the speedrun community for RE5, which is that sometimes we may reset a checkpoint to save time or just set up a specific trick, or maybe even change inventory, which is something we will be doing. We did the bold strat there by not resetting and dealing with the enemies, but we made it across pretty smoothly, despite not doing it safely.
I just completely blanked on it. I have to be honest there.
You've never forgotten that before, so I'm quite impressed.
Guess it will be one of those runs.
You're in for a treat.
I have to ask you to hold the routing brain cell again.
All right.
Something's coming. Watch out!
Okay, I'm not used to seeing things on a tiny screen, so if I miss, it's because, it's hard to see it.
Again, normally we would both be playing this on our own PC, so everybody has their own monitors. We are, a little bit in a cramped space here, watching the same monitor, which is obviously going to be split screen and everything. So everything is a little bit smaller than we are used to, which makes aiming or precise aiming at specific parts a little bit harder than it would normally be for us. But hey, we will manage. We are pros.
And we have another piece of speed right here. As you can see, Aeshmah went to pick the key and I immediately used it. I will open the door and then stand in the doorway and wait for him to show up. Because that means that, because he's already behind anyway, catching up to where I was. So him not having to open a door is a way to save time for him to catch up faster. So that's another thing you will see if we can pull it off anyway. A couple of times in the run.
You two okay? HQ should need to provide air support. It's gonna get hot down there, so
A lot of projectile body.
Roger. Thanks, Kirk.
Alright, there we go, reset. You got this, right?
I was gonna say, wait. I thought we were somewhere completely different. I don't know where my brain is at the moment.
Yeah, now here's an actual example of what we talked about before, where we'll reset, because now Chris will need the Gatling gun for an upcoming skip, which I don't remember what it's called. Is it just like door skip?
Yeah. I think, yeah. A lock skip or whatever.
Yeah. I know it's like a grenade skip to throw with a grenade, but that's a new game strategy. It's incredibly hard to pull off, but a new game plus, we have it the easy way.
Because if you play this game casual, you may notice parts where there is a locked door in front of us.
Yeah, so normally I'm supposed to go upstairs here, and Chris is supposed to throw me over to the other side. I will go down and unlock it on the other side, but with the Gatling gun, it kind of sticks through the door, so if you position yourself correctly as Chris with the Gatling gun, you just shoot the lock off through the door. And you skip the entire having to hop over to the other building and do all the things you need to do to unlock it casually.
So I think this trick alone set like, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes or so, I would say. It's a pretty substantial trick to pull off.
Which again, a lot easier New Game Plus than New Game.
Like that grenade throw is like really finicky.
It's incredibly precise.
You know, you don't have a lot of grenades, so your opportunities to get that is limited.
Yeah. Okay. So the great thing about QTs in this game is that you know it's always going to cycle between certain ones. So knowing which happens at which time, you can just spam both button combinations and it's just going to give it to you. You don't need to hit only the QTE buttons and nothing else. The QTEs in this super easy.
Thankfully.
Yep. Or the other option would be to do the RA6 QTE combo, where even if you fail all of them, you still win, so it doesn't matter.
Sheva, you know where the mines are?
Past the station. Not too
Alright,
far.
and now we're probably gonna fail at this, but I'm gonna try it anyway, so if I can pull this off correctly, I will shoot. Oh, yeah, no, I did not mention that.
Yep. Alright, straight into it.
It's the idle aim where, like, even though I, stand still and aim, like, there's a bit of a sway in my aim, so it just, of course, managed to sway up top. But even so, it's really precise timing there. Like, what I tried to do is to shoot the mine just as after dogs have spawned, but before Chris gets into range of the blast. Because if we can do that, then, we kill the dogs and go up, which is obviously faster. Oh, I forgot that there's two of them. Oh well, I got out of it a bit faster.
Actually, I have to go ahead and heal because I'm very low on health, which makes it so that I walk slower.
And we've forgotten to adjust the brightness for the next section, so it's going to be interesting, but...
We'll be fine.
We're in the mines! And there is a lantern there, you saw us just run past it, which you can pick up, and most people would, especially in a casual playthrough, to navigate this part, but we're speedrunners, we go fast. It's easier when you're on the rails, but when you're not quite as easy. Every time you get grabbed, every time I lose direction because I need to help you.
It'll be fine. We're the tracks again.
Yeah, tracks make it really easy to follow in the dark, but it's the parts where you don't have the tracks that make this quite tricky. So a combination of sound cues and just muscle memory is what I use to navigate here. Almost through.
Right behind you.
Yeah, there we go. I drop. I mean, you can see it on the screen now. I think we're actually seeing things on the same screen, which making this a lot easier.
So if you're very precise, Chris can make the dash to the ladder here before this cutscene kicks in, which means that you don't actually climb up the ladder during the cutscene, which saves about 2 seconds or something.
2 seconds.
It's not a major time save, but it's a time save, so always a little triangle.
And also, I mean, you still need to wait for Sheva, so it actually doesn't save any time because we're screen. If it was a solo play, it might have meant something, but... Alright, making good time. Alright, we're about to meet my favorite villain, but unfortunately we skip his cutscenes, so you don't get to see him. Yet, anyway.
He does have his standards, though.
He does have his standards. Yeah, another speed strat right here. I will run ahead while Aeshmah is busy clearing the area. Because we're going to hit a checkpoint once I climb all the way to the top there. And at that point we will reset the checkpoint. Another example of the technical resets to make sure that Aeshmah teleports ahead of me. Checkpoint is right here.
And now we're magically both at the same point.
Yep. just got to juke enemies, but usually they're pretty bad throws. So. Well, with that said, they might actually hit me now.
Way too into it.
Usually they're pretty bad. Alright, let's go. Right, now we're coming up to our first boss fight. Which you will see, we don't have the rocket launcher, so it's not going to be the one-shot kill, but even with the Magnum, it is going to be a pretty fast kill.
That was pretty good.
That was basically a two-shot. But yeah, you'll see Aeshmah's priority there is just immediately shoot it down as fast as possible while I start running to where roughly it will land so I can get the quick kill. That was, yeah, pretty much perfect. Now we have an auto-scroller.
Yay!
Yes,
Yay,
but
we
there will
love
be other
those.
opportunities.
Everyone loves an auto-scroller.
Exactly. So, Sinif, if you have anything to plug,
There's a high
I think
probability
this would
that
be a good
Irving
time,
is
I
on
guess.
his way
Maybe
to an
bird
oil
tell a
field
message.
in the
Yeah,
mountains.
let's go for the birds.
We'll rejoin Delta Team and head
There we
over
go.
there.
I just want to like shout out that there are like very little trees in this game, and you know that must be because no one was donating in this game. So I mean, if you what you want to see, then yeah, go for it. But if you want to see these trees, then start donating.
Yeah.
Punch that boulder.
Sharp curves up ahead! Hold on tight!
This is Captain Stone, Delta Team. I just received word from each
Yeah, like I said, this is
based on the data you
basically an
uploaded from the hard drive. Most of the townspeople have been infected by parasites known as blood clots. The territory for a city infected has plenty.
What does all this have to do with Ouroboros?
You go to him immediately.
Looks like the only way we're getting answers.
Do the thing of just like make sure that we kill the enemies before they kill us. Yeah, make sure we don't get slowed down.
It's gonna get bumpy! Hang on!
The occasional QTE break. Truck's trying to run us off the road. They can try.
That won't even
I didn't
scratch
see
the
that
plane!
Oh yeah, that's not me the Molotov. Usually this part isn't too bad on amateur, but at least if you're on a higher difficulty, this one can get tricky fast. It's not good at watching the enemies. Alright, so we're about to turn, so...
Got some sharp curves up ahead! Hold on tight!
Yeah, there's gonna be one part coming up where we're basically gonna do like a nice little 180,
Reinforcements are en
and then
route.
we
Hold
shoot
your
a couple
position
fast.
until they arrive.
Whenever that comes up,
Hold your
it's
position.
very important to have.
Pick up the pace!
Clear the blockade. Just auto-scroll. Yeah, I'm close to doing there.
that's
you
gonna
need to
make
watch out
me
for
so
as well.
happy.
It can be very bad. I think that's a turn now. Still more enemies coming. Oh, there's a Molotov.
Oh my god.
And there's a checkpoint fire reload there. There we go.
There's no getting past that truck unless you two do something about it!
Come on. Oh, there you go. It's gonna be really tricky to hit all the points because, as you may have noticed, it was surrounded by barrels as well as a couple of enemies. So we try to take out all the barrels as fast as we can, and once we do, just focus fire.
He's trying to ram us into the river! Do something!
That was like the last real threat really of the God of Thor. Now we just gotta hang in there until we're done. deal? They are just in the volume.
Because I think it was a little bit loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, our favorite boss fight coming up, and I think the favorite boss fight of everybody who played this game at some point.
I mean, it's certainly a fight.
Auto-scroll fight, basically.
Yeah. But this one does also have a couple of small things you can do as well to really optimize it, especially when he's up this close to us right now. There's one swing attack he does that gives you a prompt to dodge it or like hide. But for that one attack, we will not do it because it's faster to just tank the attack and keep shooting. But only a lot of the attacks actually doesn't matter and it's going to slow you down no matter what. So.
And also you want to make sure that he doesn't actually grab any of the telephone poles there because it locks you into a little cutscene that just takes time.
Yeah.
So you want to try and shoot these explosive bells that basically makes them turn around again.
And that's also a tricky shot because it has the same thing where, like, if you shoot it too early, he's not going to be in the blast zone and he's not going to do anything, and you just wasted that barrel and still get the lovely cutscene that he's talking about. And obviously, if you're too late, then yeah, you also wasted the barrel and still just watching the cutscene. There's the slap that I was talking about, the tank. That was good because I really needed to cool my gun down. It doesn't matter, we get this slam anyway.
As if we were playing on professional, we would already.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay. See, that was a little bit too late.
At least we saved the barrel if he tries it again, but I doubt it. Now we're taking a lot of damage now.
Thing we are playing on amateur.
Alright, can you stop being a literal trophy? That would be...
Oh my god.
Oh, nope. He really is living up to his, name.
Legacy.
Okay.
I haven't seen him pick up the lamp bolt in a long while. They're normally pretty good at denying him that.
Yeah, but he usually doesn't even go for it. Like, he went for it 3 times now.
Yeah.
I usually only see it go for it once, maybe twice.
Yep.
But now he actually went for it 3 times. Marathon luck, everybody! But he's dead.
To be fair, I actually forgot that there was a third lamppost near us.
Yeah, me too.
It is so rare that he does that I completely blanked on that.
Yep. Like I said, marathon luck.
That's definitely kicking in, yes.
Hey, now we get to be, I think this is already like chapter 3? Yeah.
3-1.
I
Yes.
forget if it's 3 or 4. They're making good progress through the game.
Favorite chapter, the marshlands.
Yeah, this is the fetch quest chapter, really.
Yep. So we have to find these 4 slates to be able to open a door to go further into the marshlands, and obviously to find them we have to, go to every corner of this map here.
Basically, this game's equivalent to puzzles, apart from one, I guess, kind of actual puzzle we're doing later, but yeah. Not a whole lot of puzzles in this Resident Evil. Where are you going? Okay, you're good. I thought you were doing a different turn.
Nah. Oh my god. I disagree, game.
I didn't get the beetle.
I disagree.
Oh, what?
Oh my god. What the? Marathon luck.
I think I want a new driver.
Well, you are free to try and find one. But I guess it's a little bit on short notice here.
A little bit. I love jumping through that window and just knocking that guy over, but he's determined. I knocked him over once, he's gonna try it again. Oh, no, you knocked him instead. I wanted to knock him! Yeah, usually I get to knock him a second time when I vault the window coming back, and it's very funny. He's very persistent.
Yeah, this was another section where Tali just goes ahead and picked up that slate where I just stay behind and basically cover her. Because I have nothing better to do, and obviously we only need one person. Go ahead and pick up that slate.
So switching to my pistol here just because that makes this a little bit easier because I basically only need 1 bullet to land anyway. I think I got him. Yeah. Oh, alright, no more dog percent. dog has left the building. Not the entire building, but my lap anyway. Oh my god.
What is with these corners tonight? Jesus.
Are you going to?
What are all these invisible walls?
I think Qui-Gon took the brain cell and left.
I guess that is why he left, because he finally has a brain.
Yeah, this is the part everyone is terrified for the first time they play this game, I think. Stepping into this water and you're like, oh no, what is lurking under the surface? Gators.
I hate them.
I personally don't mind them, but I don't know, maybe I'm just gotten lucky most of the time drinking them. You're being an idiot today.
I think I got eaten by the very last one when we go back to the boat once, and ever since then I'm so terrified of them because you have to do this whole section over if this happens.
Yep. Like, part of me wants to say I've never been eaten by them, at least on a speedrun, but I feel like if I do, I'm just gonna, like, tempt fate and get eaten, so I'm not gonna say that. Hi. The zombies try to follow me. Alright, being careful on this corner because you never really know where he's gonna spawn. He's probably gonna, yeah, right over there by where we need to go. You good?
No. Again, I'm not trusting that one. Like, he has eaten me once and we do this whole section again, so I just make doubly sure to shoot that guy. Yes, it loses a little bit of time, but the alternative would be way worse. I'm just terrified of that thing.
I get that. As I see a comment about audio, do you want to try and adjust it?
Yeah, that
again?
was before I did.
Let's see. Alright, now I get to do a very fun thing. This is like a super minor thing, but I do find it funny every time we do this, because we're gonna pick up another quest item up here. I'm gonna pick it up and immediately turn and jump down. And then we get a cutscene showing me still up top, even though I did just jump down. It's such a small thing, it just tickles me every time. Oh, am I getting through without getting hit?
Nice.
Lucky.
I got hit once, but it started, so it doesn't count. I didn't get hit while running through it.
The most important part is that, you know, didn't body block us, because sometimes it can get very trolly and just straight up body block us, which is not a fun time. Kind of like dogs at the start, but they also kind of played nice today, so I'm sure there's something else that's gonna try and mess us up later to make up for it.
They didn't play nice for me, so I don't know, that's not sure.
I don't know, I just remember one of the runs we did where they pushed me all the way into a corner and I was just stuck there.
They were bullying you.
So as long as it goes better than that, I'm usually happy.
Did you actually let me put in all 4 of them?
Yeah. I'm nice. Busy holding the brain cell over here.
Fair enough. A fun fact, like, if both players just mash the buttons here to put in all 4 of these slates, what usually happens is that the first player that gets a slate in puts in 3 of them, and then for some reason the second player gets in the last slate.
Yeah.
I have no idea why that happened, but it's just a thing.
Maybe the third animation is like slightly longer or something, giving the other player room to get in.
Maybe.
Oh, that was pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna kill this dude while you open the gate for me because I do not want any nasty surprises. You stay over there too. Oh god, I didn't even see him. That's okay. Just in time anyway. Don't drop me.
Definitely never did that before. For laughs or on accident.
I was gonna say, there's one thing if you do it intentionally. It's when you do it by accident. Like, how? Alright, now we have a very fun part coming up.
Fun.
another example of where we need to run some pretty tight corners and hope we don't get body blocked, but since it's a very tight path, we don't have a lot of room to go around people in, so we're probably gonna get body blocked. But let's see. Let's see how nice I want to play today. Yeah, you can see there's a bunch of tiny bridges. They're very slim. We need to make it across here with enemies spawning.
And more enemies spawn.
And more enemies spawn. Alright, I knocked them, so that's good, but my biggest issue is usually getting blocked over here. Oh, they're prepping to attack? Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Alright, now we're gonna do the thing I talked about at the start again, reset the checkpoint.
I suppose you can do two things here. You can either do this reset checkpoint, which now despawns all the enemies, so the next section that is coming up is way easier.
And safer, mostly.
Yes. Or, you know, you can just go ahead and deal with the enemies as they come, not reset the checkpoint, which technically is faster.
Of course.
But this is obviously way safer to do, because now I cannot get hit while I'm turning this crank to make this raft go to the other side.
Rolling.
Yeah, this is it. Ugh.
Alright, I'm gonna have one more QT and then I can get up. And these are also super easy, like they don't even change. Like I mentioned before that they usually give you 2 different QTs. This one, oh, am I not getting the last one? Oh, okay. Guess not. But yeah, that one is always the same button inputs anyway, so super easy to do.
And then we do another tactical restart, so that Tali is back where I just entered that cave, so she doesn't have to go all the way around and join me up.
Yep.
I think this is actually another pretty substantial time save, like, I don't know, 20 seconds or something. It takes a while to get back there.
Yeah, because I would need to, you know, unblock my door and jump back over the way I came and then run all the way over to where you triggered the checkpoint.
What are they doing here?
It's quite the walk.
But now we're at the oil fields. Everyone loves the oil fields, right?
Do we?
He's not getting away.
Not so sure. Not so sure.
Yeah, for this one we're gonna basically have our separate paths that we're going for. I'm gonna go right up here and hit this valve while Aeshmah is clearing a bit of path for me. And then there's 2 different valves we need to hit after this one, so we're both gonna immediately split up and go for our ones. And I'm gonna hope I don't get hit in the process.
I actually intentionally took that damage from the fire vent there because it gives me a bit of iframes and the enemies just don't care about me for a little while, which means I can walk to this lever there unimpeded. It is a pretty nice thing.
You hit me. Just trying to dodge that arrow, didn't work. Alright.
Turn off the fire. Chainsaw man, come jumping up.
Yeah, as soon as I think is when I touch this door, I get a checkpoint, and then we're going to do yet another reset checkpoint. I'm getting beat up as well.
Ooh.
You want to take the checkpoint, or you
I didn't kill the guy because I keep getting hit by these assholes. Oh my god.
Well, that's a problem.
Let's just run. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that's the second one. Hello.
Yeah, that's the one that I usually deal with.
So normally I kill that enemy, you know, the chainsaw guy up there, and then we get a checkpoint or restart it, but I just got blocked left and right there. Like every time I had him in my sights, somebody came and hit me, and then he was just right in front of me again. So I just, you know, did not want to die there, so I kept running, and then I had aim again, and then I kept getting interrupted, and they just cheat.
You know what we call that? Skill issue.
I would say we call it marathon luck. because that sounds a little bit more in my favor.
Alright, you know what? Donate and say, what do you think? Was it a skill issue or is it marathon luck?
Exactly. And do keep in mind to put your money towards donation incentive, because we, for example, have the one where we can make Chris punch the boulder. The most important thing to do in Resident Evil 5 speedrunning.
That is true.
You do lose time, but you get to punch a boulder. Like, how often can you say that you've seen a man punch a boulder in the volcano? While saving the world, almost.
Today, if you donate to charity, you can save it.
That is an opportunity that does not come by often, so... make the most of it, everybody.
And this is kind of not really an auto-scroller since we don't really scroll, but it is a time segment where basically we're waiting for this NPC here called Josh to do his thing. So all we need to do in the meantime is just protect him and make sure he doesn't die, because that's going to slow him down.
Is he actually pushing buttons?
Yes.
I don't see the buttons go down.
I like making the joke there whenever we do desert marathons that this is a live feed from tech. You can see them working hard behind the scenes. Oh, I don't know why it's double.
Shoutouts to all the tech volunteers.
Yes. Tech doesn't get nearly enough love.
Yes. None of this would actually happen if it weren't for our tech volunteers.
Oh, I missed. Alright, so another time segment coming in, so really, tech's just gonna do their thing while we protect them. I'm just gonna mess with these enemies in the meantime, because once this time segment is done, we don't actually need to both be at the door. And we're also not skipping this cutscene, because, again, this game usually relies on IGT when you do the speedrun. And what happens when we don't skip the cutscene is that Josh's timer is still going, even in the cutscene. So by watching it, his timer still gets to move as it would, even if we skipped it, but the enemies, you know, they're slower. They haven't started moving yet because they're in a cutscene. So it's an IGT optimization primarily, but it makes absolutely no difference in RTA, so might as well.
I think it's actually one of the nicer things because I want to say most of the time when you do a strategy that saves on IGT, it doesn't actually save time RTA. It makes it go longer, which for marathons is always a little bit awkward, I want to say.
I remember mine strats.
Yes. So it's just nice that in this case it actually doesn't make any difference.
And here we're gonna reset again, because once again, we need to dip into our inventory, or at least meaning Aeshmah does. Putting in some proximity mines for a very specific strat that's gonna be really cool to see in just a little bit. And I'm gonna run ahead to get ready to trigger cutscene for when he's done with that strat. So just let me know.
Okay, should be fine.
Alright.
So we have to go that way, which I went now, but the door that I passed through earlier is now closed with a lock. That is why I placed that mine there, because some enemies would come rushing in, and if they trigger the mine, the blast radius is enough to actually blast the lock of the door, so we can now just go through it. And then I placed more mines over here that if we trigger these other, I actually didn't trigger them. So
Oh, yeah.
a little bit off there. The same thing, basically, there are two tripwires that you would have to trigger. However, if you place the mines just correctly, you just shoot one of the tripwires and it basically creates a chain reaction where both the tripwires and the mines explode.
Didn't quite work that time,
Yeah.
but it's okay, only my health bar is suffering, but...
I mean, we have another auto-scroller coming up where you can go ahead and heal,
Yep.
so it's probably not that bad. Right?
I am
Because
sure.
we are on to 3-3, where we are on a boat. Again, doing boat things.
Yeah, this literally is another auto-scroller. Josh is driving this boat. We're gonna be riding said boat until we are where we need to be. What did you just seal me with? Was it a green herb?
Yeah, I picked it up somewhere.
Okay.
Don't get rid of it.
Yeah, that was fair. I was just wondering why my health didn't max. I was like, that wasn't the first aid kit.
No.
But yeah, maybe our lovely host would, or their lovely birds would love to have some more messages for us.
Birds, give us the words.
Well, Copper is being good right now, but we'll see if that changes soon. He's just hanging out in his cage and he's like eating food, so.
Just having a time of his life.
We don't have any new donations, unfortunately. Chat, I mean, we want to punch the boulder, right? Like, we want to get this big rock and punch it as hard as we can until it splits in half. Wait, no, that's a different anime.
I mean, you can try, just punch it often enough and eventually it'll happen, right?
But yeah, I mean, we have so many cool incentives. We have games that we're giving away from Devolver Digital. I mean, if those are not enough to incentivize you to donate, we're planting trees, and trees are important. If you don't think that trees are important, go look up the deforestation of the Amazon rainforest. We're losing more trees than we have now. Our climate's going up. Climate change is very real. I mean, we need to do something. And if we don't, I mean, we're not going to be able to have a nice planet very much longer. So we need to act now. This is not something that you can just wait on.
For sure. Like, even if we plant a tree today, it's going to take some time for it to grow in, so we need the trees planted as soon as possible. And I love auto-scrollers. Aren't they great? I mean, they're great for taking something to drink.
Please, I'm
a reminder to stay hydrated as well. But that's the thing, you don't even need to shoot people. Apart from this one guy over here, none of them can actually hit us. So.
Which is pretty funny because they are basically they have stormtrooper aim.
Yeah.
Okay, you two know what to do.
Alright, time for us to actually do something.
Again.
Another part where we split up, try to be practical. This one can get a bit dicey, especially in higher difficulties. I'm a little bit worried about my health. I do have first aid spray, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm extra worried about my health. Yeah, basically we need to hit these levers at the same time without putting ourselves on fire with barrels.
That would be preferable.
But
obviously I can't do...
The thing that is dicey right now is that you'll notice that there's people on turrets shooting at me. They actually were real. What is this? Usually I get blasted. Yeah, they just let me go behind the wall now. Thank you. I appreciate
probably literally drew the fire onto me.
No, they were shooting the wall. Like, they stopped shooting, and then they started shooting after I got behind the wall. But I'll take it. I will definitely take it.
I drew the fire.
But now we get to do my favorite boss fight. My favorite villain is turned into a boss fight. And yeah, this is where if you had a rocket launcher, you can basically insta-kill him. We can't, but with some well-placed shots, we can get a one cycle. Did we get it? I don't think we did.
So.
Did we get it? If he spawns in the back, we got it. If arms pop up, nope.
Nope. Oh my god.
I didn't think we got it. Yeah, because I had missed all my shots apart from one.
Oh.
And I think you missed all yours apart from one too.
I blame the split screen.
Alright, we gotta do this again. A little bit more damage. There we go. Now we got him. Now he's gonna show up at the back. Shoot some tentacles and he's gonna hang back, but then we just shoot the boss that you will see popping out from inside his mouth. We basically only gotta hit him twice. We're gonna hit him once. He's gonna retract. Watch out for the bite. I usually like to shoot this a couple times as well, and then he's going to do the exact same thing again. Oh shit, I missed. Oh no!
Yeah,
there we go. Thank you. And that's Irving.
Yeah, this is really finicky to do on the split screen because your aiming reticle is like so small, like a laser pointer. It's really hard to see if you have a split screen there.
Yeah. And obviously our split screen is also on a you know, small monitor, not a big TV or something. So blame the handicap.
So fun fact, the outfit, at least that I'm wearing, isn't just for show, it actually has a practical effect. Now you can either equip Chris with the Safari or the Warrior outfit that I have equipped right now, because both of these come with sunglasses. And what these sunglasses actually do is they protect Chris from flashbangs. Which basically means if he gets flashbanged by a grenade, he doesn't get into that stun animation. As you can see right here, I shoot at my feet with a stun grenade, and I do not trigger the stun animation, I can just keep on going. And that is actually why this outfit is important, because otherwise I would be standing there for about 3 seconds or so, you know, be all dizzy and whatnot, and then lose time. Instead, I can just go ahead and shoot with my feet and kill all these little Buikichwa, I think they're called.
Is that what they're called?
I think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah, these spider insect creature thingies, whatever.
I know a lot of their names, but I don't know the spiders.
I think they're called
Looks like there's
Buikichwa.
been some recent
Okay.
activity.
I mean, if you say so, you're probably
I was
right.
telling the truth when you said we find answers in this place.
Somebody go fact check that for us.
Yeah, now we're in basically an underground ruin which has a bunch of traps. So you're gonna notice that now we get separated. We're gonna have to make our way back to each other and then fall through a couple of traps to be able to progress. Thankfully, Magnum just lets me shoot right through these shields that they now have, so not really a concern. Unlock it. Yeah, and right here, we're gonna open this because there's treasure rooms inside, right?
Treasure.
Wait, what? It's empty! Oh no!
Trap.
Yeah, another tactical reset doesn't really matter a whole lot, especially for RTA. It probably loses us time. But yeah, it's just to not have to deal with the whole slow animation of getting back up there. Done? Or am I gonna
you're
get
already
attacked
there.
in the meantime? I mean, I got attacked because you took too long. Thank you.
Did not expect you to just go from it that fast.
I thought we were doing a marathon. I thought we were going fast.
Nah. Doing the safe.
Apparently, alright. Yeah, these balls can be a bit tricky. Oh yeah, oh, they're being very much trolls today. This is a weird pattern. Usually what ideally happens, at least for me, is that, you know, because they drop 2 from each side, and they both bump into each other and then roll off to the side, but now one of them just had a complete separate direction and all the other 4.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen that pattern
Yeah,
in
that one-
any of our speedrun attempts of this.
That one was Nioh. Now, cuties!
Aren't they fun?
These aren't actually as bad on console, but on PC these can be very dicey because a higher frame rate means that you need to mash a lot faster as well to actually keep up with the button mash. Welcome to the most ridiculous jump in RE5 or in RE history, probably, actually.
I think gaming history as a whole is probably a high contender for that. I mean, there probably are a few others out there, but this is one of the contenders for that, I'm
Fair.
pretty sure.
One of the jumps of all
Yes,
time.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely one of the jumps of all time.
Now we have very difficult puzzles. Really only one option every time, so... I guess the only puzzle in this puzzle is the exploration part of it.
It's puzzling how it's not more puzzling.
Yeah, you'll see we'll split up because we have these statues here where we need to pull, I don't know what they're called. Pull these chains with the thing on it to activate the next one because it changes, we skip the cutscenes, you don't see the change, but it changes these staircases and let us access new areas. So basically, yeah, we just need to pull these chains, it gives us a new area, pull the chains in a new area, gives us a new area, rinse and repeat until we get out of here.
It basically changes the layout of the room every time you do it, like with the staircases or seating and protruding and whatnot.
Yeah. And that was another tactical reset that I think only saves as IGT and not RTA.
It's like 2 seconds or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very minor one. I don't even know
Oh
if
my
they
God.
still do it, actually.
It's just something that you just get used to, and it's like in your muscle memory, and just do it without thinking about it anymore.
You say while forgetting to do what the very first one of the game.
Like, my muscle memory isn't perfect, okay? It's like my actual memory.
Alright, right. Yeah, the puzzle difficulty gets ramped up by adding enemies.
Oh no.
That's how it works, right? This one can potentially actually be tricky though, because, you know, one stitch is over here, but hey, there's only one thing to pull. Where's the second one? But yeah, again, exploration really solves this entire gimmick. So are you slowing down? What are you doing?
And again, I can just shoot the flash grenade right at my feet without having to worry about the repercussions because sunglasses.
Now we're coming up to another boss fight. It's actually the same enemy you saw us fight very early on. But we're gonna do this one with a bit of a twist that a lot of casual players don't know about. Which is very fun. There he is. And we're just gonna go. A lot of people playing this first time, myself included, did not know that you can just outrun this thing. You do not need to fight him at all. Just go. The only downside that might kill you is right at this top of the stairs, they are gonna give you a QTE, and again, if you are playing this on PC, it can be very hard because of the frame rate, if you have too high of a frame rate. But yeah, not really that big of a deal. He's now dead, and we can move on.
Again, if you just had a rocket launcher, you know, one rocket would take care of that
course.
thing, but in this category, we are not allowed to use any rocket launchers, like, at all. So that is not an option that is available to us.
And even though we could kill him quite quickly with the Magnum, it's just faster not to. Because he's gonna start doing attacks, and he's not that easy to line up as he is in the first encounter for the quick kill.
And again, he would like to shoot his underbelly because that is where his weak spot is, which means you have to flip it over and blah, blah, blah. It just loses your time, so you just straight up run away. You don't have to bother with that fight at all.
And now we have a very cycle-based part of the game. If we basically miss any strats here, we're gonna probably be knocked off cycle, which is gonna make this very difficult, but if we can remain on cycle, this will look incredibly smooth. So let's see. Oh.
Okay.
Alright, first checkpoint, we're gonna reset. For the same reason as before, is to teleport me ahead this time. Puts us right here, where I'm immediately launched over, and I go to collect the next checkpoint, while Chris, again, will continue to, or I will collect the next puzzle item, while Chris goes to the next checkpoint.
So it's very important here that I only trigger these checkpoints after Sheva has actually collected these emblems, because otherwise it would teleport to where I am but not have the emblem, so we'd actually have to go back and pick it up, which would lose us oodles of time.
Yep. Or worst case scenario, you wait for me to pick it up, and then you spawn on me, and we do the running all over again.
So, I have a bit of news for you both.
Ooh, right, let's hit it.
Nordic Soy is going to be jumping in to take over for hosting, so they're going to be doing the donation reading and trying to get us to get more trees planted and awesome stuff. So be sure to welcome Nordic in when they log in. I'm going to be heading out for a bit.
All right. Nordic's a cool dude. We'll be happy to have him.
Absolutely.
And speaking of Nordic, you know, I'm Norwegian. For those of you who didn't know, and Nordic, he isn't Norwegian, but you know, he lives there, so honorary Norwegian, so Norway gang represents. Alright, so now it's time for, I guess, the closest thing RF5 actually has to an actual puzzle. So we have a very specific setup for how we're going to try and do this as fast as possible. Hopefully we don't burn each other. But we'll see. This one the controls for these mirrors and turning them can be really finicky. Alright, we're good on the first one.
So basically, it's an instant kill if you touch any of these lasers, like, at all.
Yep.
So you want to be a little bit careful here. But obviously, you also want to go fast. Gonna kick it?
Yes. But yeah, another trickiest thing as well is like moving those mirrors, like the direction you hit is maybe not the one you would expect. And also if you let it go too early, it's just gonna reset to its current position and you need to wait for it to reset before you can grab it and try again. So...
Which again makes the laser sweep across the room again, potentially killing your partner.
Yep. Alright.
Okay,
You ready?
Good. Yep. Hit it.
And there we go. Puzzle solved. Now we just need to not burn ourselves on the way out.
So you gotta be a little bit careful with that beam there, right to our side. Because again, if you just touch it a little bit, you will burn to death.
Yep. But that was good. That's one of the very few times we've done that without burning each other at all. So,
Don't tell them!
Marathon luck is starting to smile upon us. It's because Nordic Soy is coming in. I'm so happy.
I guess the birds cursed us with their screeching or something.
This is what
Nordic Soy is here to bless us.
Not sure. But obviously.
Well, you know, birds are jerks, but I try not to be.
Don't worry about this later.
How y'all doing?
First, we need to find out about Jill.
You're right.
Long time no see for both of you. I hope you're all doing well
It's nice.
tonight.
Well, hear you. I don't see you.
Fair.
Well, I will remain to be the disembodied voice that sits behind here and reads out donations as they come in.
Good. Oh yeah, now we're in a very fun lab section of RE5. You may have noticed the creepy crawler, quite literally, on this hallway. So we're about to meet RE5's version of the lickers. Which, they're kind of trivial actually in the speedrun, but once you're here casually is very scary. And also a bit of tech on that door. You may have noticed that one player will turn the wheel to get it open, while the other player is then able to kick it somehow before player one actually gets access to do the same interaction. So by sharing it, it ends up being faster. And that same thing actually works in RE6 too. It's rare for two games to have the same speed tech, but it happens. Yeah, we narrowly dodged the first encounter with the lickers. Thank God there weren't more of them.
We wouldn't last in a fight with a whole.
Way to jinx us, Chris.
Right. I wonder if there could be a mod where you can just shut him up so he doesn't say that line, and obviously you would be able to, you know, skip this hallway. Kind of, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Sorry.
I thought you were gonna break the usual window.
Yeah, this didn't really align.
But it's fine. So now we're gonna have another place where it doesn't matter for RTA, but for IGT, RTG.
Same thing.
Same thing. We didn't skip the cutscene of the elevator coming up because now that we're back in control. You can see this. This will be higher up than it would have been if we had skipped the cutscene. And then we're supposed to be oh no, the lickers are coming while we're waiting for this elevator. But yeah, the Magnum just really trivializes it. And it's done.
Whoop.
Isn't that when we had the boss fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So don't get killed by the QTE.
Yep. Just a real slap in the face here, almost literally, if you don't hit this QTE. Boss fight starting with the QTE, but it has the same thing as all the other QTEs though. As long as you hit like the predetermined buttons, you just automatically hit it. So what I will usually do here is I will shoot the leg of the monster, which you saw right at the start, which makes it drop down, and that's just to like seal it in place because otherwise he might be a jerk and start climbing and spawning like many enemies and stuff at us. So I like to shoot him down and just lock him in place, and then we just fire at his mouth until he's dead. And that was a really good boss fight.
In the meantime, I just shoot at its mouth like the whole time just to get that damage in.
Yeah.
So I don't even care about aiming for any of the lags, because I'm also not in a position where I can easily aim at the lags, like it would be very out of my line of sight. So it would take a long while to swerve Chris around to be able to hit that other leg.
Yeah, I'm just taking the extra time for Sheva because it's just so much safer. Like, in theory, we could just, you know, shoot at the mouth from the start, but that would also mean that if he decides to do something trolly, then we just have to deal with the cards that were dealt, basically.
I think the problem with that boss in particular is once he gets going, he is very agile. Like, he can go around that room blindingly fast.
For us. So nice. And here we have a bunch of enemies coming out. Oh! I don't know how I dodged that, but yeah, we'll try and stun them because that just makes it so easy to just run past without getting hit. One of them decided not to get stunned and he almost did slap me, but somehow I managed to juke him. We have a lot of enemy dodging in this area. And thank God it's amateur, so we can actually tank some of this damage. And I like to just shoot this barrel right here as well, just to get rid of the last chunk of them. Because otherwise they will make getting into this elevator really annoying. Like, it's possible, it's just really annoying.
Come on!
Oops. Oh look, more liquors.
In a hallway.
In a hallway, it's the liquor
guessed.
hallway. But again, they really don't do that much as long as you run. You can very easily dodge all their attacks.
Just gotta keep moving. It's almost like this is a speedrun.
Gotta go fast.
Come on!
Sorry.
On the next room, there's a very interesting tech coming up because you can actually stop the enemies from spawning, or actually not make them spawn at all. Because you see us walk very weirdly for a moment here, where I just shove my face into the wall here while Sheva just walks backwards. Because what makes that happen is we skip a cutscene that would spawn the enemies.
No, this doesn't skip a cutscene. It for some reason doesn't alert them. This is basically Resident Evil 5 stealth.
You can see that enemy over there on my screen there. For some reason, he just never activates and calls his buddies.
Yeah.
So we can go through this section of the level without having to, deal with any enemies.
I guess our footstep, I guess somehow they're triggered to react to footsteps or something, and because we run weirdly, it doesn't make as much noise?
I have no
Because
idea.
obviously they're not visually triggered, because the visuals aren't an issue. It's just as long as we go in a weird way that is slightly slower, then we're fine. But yeah, that skips this
works.
entire part of enemies.
Like, it doesn't necessarily make it that much faster, but it's way safer because,
Oh, no.
you don't get shot by any of the enemies, which could potentially slow you down.
That was so close to me dying. So what can sometimes happen there if you get a really unlucky cycle, which we did, is that you hop down to this conveyor belt just as one of those tanks of explosives blow up in the incinerator. There was no enemies there.
Yeah, I just wanted to get those explosives out of the way, but you were a little bit too close to it already. But you were a little bit further away from it.
But yeah, what I was gonna explain is that, if you get hit by the explosive, if they just happen just at the wrong time, they can stun you as you hit the conveyor belt. And in the stun, the conveyor belt keeps moving and it moves you into the incinerator as well. We definitely have died to that before. It's not a fun time. We're also about to meet a new enemy. You might see those cocoons, which is a hint to who we're meeting next. I forget what he's called in this. He's basically... The Reapers, yeah. I usually think of them as like this version's Novistadors, even though they're not invisible, so it doesn't actually add up. I don't know. They're bugs. But these are also very terrifying enemies because they have the ability to one-shot us. So that's why right now I'm running with the Magnum because that can one-shot kill them, and Chris is running with the flash grenade to be able to stun them. There we go. That side effect.
Yeah, I just like to shoot a flash grenade at that guy so we can just bypass him. You can do that without stunning him, but obviously it's way more scary because if he grabs you, you're dead and you have to build up the checkpoint.
Yeah, and fun fact, you would think that you need to walk around that way, but if you just wait for this box, you can run all the way up on this conveyor belt only.
You have to make it a melee though, because the next set of boxes that spawn will push you down again. So So if you get hit by these, yeah, you will not come back.
And there we go. Nice and simple.
So now actually comes a boss fight that we're not going to use the Magnum for.
That is true.
We have a completely new strategy for this particular fight because we're also not allowed to use the rocket launcher, and using the flamethrower on it, as would be intentional, is just way too slow.
It's so incredibly slow.
So whatever would we do in this scenario?
This is also potentially where, if you play this game on console and going for leaderboard times, you might make your run invalid. Because again, this run is timed by IGT, and we can do tactical resets. We cannot do non-tactical resets. And a non-tactical reset is an example of failing the strat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I ran a bit too far away from him, but he has the gas tank, so it should work. Yeah.
Just lost a bit of time, still no problem. Because what happens there, I placed 4 proximity mines on the ground. And then I equipped the grenade launcher with a flashbang and shot them slightly off the mines. So what that happens is, since Ouroboros is weak to the flashbangs, it
takes a lot of damage.
Triggers those, or rather it triggers its weak points, and then all the proximity mines get detonated at the same time, dealing a lot of damage in a single go, basically hitting his weak points all at once, and that just straight up kills him.
Something about a philosopher's stone.
We'll see a very similar strat on the final
Doesn't matter
boss.
what she says.
I hate it.
She's just a terrorist. End of story.
But yeah,
We can't
look at
let
us
her
go.
avoid
Our
getting
run
out
is
of here
still
effectively.
speedrun leaderboard
Then let's go
worthy.
take care of business.
We have not needed to do a non-tactical reset yet.
Way to jinx it! Nah, it'll be fine.
It's
It'll be
okay.
fine.
If you're watching and you want us to make it to the end while being leaderboard valid, you can donate for good luck. And for us punching the boulder.
Oh, yeah.
Which will lose us time.
But we do like to punch the boulder, so we want to punch that boulder, guys.
Alright, so this part is very RNG and can be very annoying. You'll see there's a bunch of cocoons hanging over us. Okay, no bug on the first one. We're off to a good start. So yeah, it's completely random. How many bugs spawn, and also which... Oh, okay, there we go. Usually this one doesn't spawn, but if it's my luck, I can stun him. Here. See anything? Okay, he's dead. But yeah, this is completely RNG. We might also get another one here. Alright, not yet, but he might come when I come back out. Alright, let's see, are we lucky? Oh, yep, he spawned. He spawned, be careful, he's coming from behind. Alright, and he's dead. So yeah, that's why we have the flash grenades out, and also my magnum, because as soon as we can flash him and he realizes his weak points, we can kill them very fast. And yeah, it's completely RNG. What, did you stop it?
Nope.
The enemy?
Oh, probably.
Oh, you didn't kill the enemy here! Okay.
Ah!
Oh,
Quickly.
oh god, I'm gonna get messed up!
Don't you kill me for it?
I usually never kill that guy.
Huh. I thought for sure you would do that for like, dude. On the platform.
Never killed him before. But then again, I guess usually we don't have to worry about that last bug either. So.
Sure. Always something new in these damn speedruns.
So I can skip this, but I don't know how on console, and Aeshmah keeps
Touchpad.
yelling. Okay. You keep yelling at me that I hit the wrong buttons, I'm scared.
Just when you close on the game or take screenshots or whatever.
It makes no sense to use a touchpad to skip cutscenes. Oh god. We're good.
You totally missed. Again, normally we run that on PC,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit different.
Nice thing about running a split screen now is I don't need to skip cutscenes, because as long as one player skips them, they skip automatically for both people.
But maybe you should learn how to skip them when you trigger one by yourself.
Well, I tried to, and then you yelled at me because I stopped.
Because you closed the game.
I didn't actually
Or you
close-
were about to close the game, rather.
Come on!
If you want to really test your skill of, you know, collaboration and teamwork, do a co-op run with someone. If you don't hate each other by the end, then you have a good relationship.
God damn it. My grenade launcher's out of ammo.
We have this problem again, huh? Guess you want me to give me,
Oh, wait, I guess I can do that. Okay.
There you go, I have to cover for your poor planning.
Yep. Thank you.
It's okay, I'll just inventory manage because I don't need those yet.
Oh, God, that was way off.
That was way off. Alright, I'm gonna switch to this and be able
There we
to
go.
help you.
So it happens on these elevators, like at 2 points, soldiers will come out on the side and make the platform stop. It will still rotate in place, but it won't go further up, so you have to, you know, take care of that by normally killing the guy that holds the lever in place. What we also can do is just shoot a flash grenade at them, which will, you know, stun him, and then you let go of the levers, so the platform will start rising again. So you don't have to be as precise with the shot. So the downside of that, of course, is that the grenade has a bit of a travel time, so it will actually take a little bit of time to take an effect. So it will still be faster to just shoot the guy. It's just more of a backup shot, I want to say.
Nice
I
to
got
know.
it.
God, don't you love auto scrollers? You know what? Maybe Nordic has a messages for us while we wait to get to the top.
Sure. Well, I'll just bring up the whole punch the boulder thing because I know that's coming up soon. We need $45 to make that happen. We got $5 out of 50 that happen. And keep in mind that that $45 is 45 trees because we're here to raise money for one tree planted, which is a charity focused on reforestation. And like I said, they plant a tree for every dollar that's donated. So yeah, if somebody's got 45 trees, we can make some boulder punching happen. Come to it.
Yeah, like, how can you not donate to plant a tree for a single dollar? Can we even do that cheaper at home? I don't think so. Plus,
No,
you know,
I
you
don't know
get to do the boulder punch.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've been to Plantashen anytime soon, but I certainly can't buy a tree for $1.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be very surprised if I could find a place to do a tree for $1. Also, do you want to try and swap things up here or no? Because we recently heard that apparently it's faster for Chris to push the.
Sure, I mean, we can try.
I mean, you already ran to the.
I probably
side,
shouldn't have
but-
gone for the generator, but
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take that much longer for me to get there.
I mean, then I'll just get you to hop in there instead. But yeah, we learned recently that because we need to go up there and push a container out of the way. And apparently it's faster for Chris to do that, which I guess when you think about it makes sense. Chris is quite strong. Again, he punches boulders. Oh, I thought I hit him.
Buddy, can you... What the hell? What is that hitbox?
So yeah, well, we can save several seconds, in fact, by having Chris being the person to go up here and push that container.
So you see live rerouting.
Oh, yep. I usually don't do this part, so...
See
Where
them
is he
coming
going?
closer.
Oh yeah, I see him, I see him. Wait, that didn't hit! That one hits though. Yeah, I'll just shoot him over here. Or you can just not.
Push it a little bit too far. You actually don't have to push it all the way down.
Oh, did you push it all the way down too? That's what I did too when I spaced out.
I wasn't sure how far I need to push it. Oh my god, there's so many lickers here.
There are a lot of them. But again, usually they're not really an issue with as long as you can maneuver pretty fast around them.
Now, favorite fight.
Hey, it's Wesker. He's got 7 minutes to spare.
7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Where is it?
Right behind you.
How do we get there?
By zooming, like he usually does.
Stop zooming.
Alright, so basically what we're gonna try here is get him into like certain positions, because you'll notice that a lot of the time he can dodge our shots by doing the fast movement, but there are certain animations when he won't do that. So we're trying to get him into those animations as much as possible so we can unload it. And Jill, please stop being a problem. Because we need to not kill Jill. Jill's on our side, even if she doesn't currently respect that. Oh my god, Jill does.
Yeah, Jill can do a lot of different things during this fight. Sometimes she will just bugger off to somewhere and not bother you at all, but some of the times she will just stick around and constantly shoot you while you try to deal with Wesker.
Yep. Oh,
Making your life miserable.
very satisfying.
Consistently stun you.
It's so funny when he does that. Okay.
He just did the worm, didn't he?
I kinda did. Just a very funny coincidence of chained animations there. Nice. Alright, I think we should almost have him now. I keep missing. Alright, there we go.
No,
we got it.
No, we got it. Okay.
Alright, I need my ammo since you took mine.
So we're just gonna take a tactical reload here.
Alright, that should do it. There. So, if you're photosensitive,
Jill,
please look
what are you
away.
doing?
We can tell you when to look back.
Jill, answer me!
But basic. Are you grabbing it? Okay, yeah. One.
And that's what we're gonna do.
Two. Three. Oh, missed. 4. And I'm gonna reload. That was a miss. 5. 6.
One more.
That was a miss. Alright. What? Alright, come on, Jill, please. There we go. Got it. Alright, so one more stun, and now we can pull it off very fast. So basically what happened there is that, again, Jill is on our side. It's very important that you don't kill her, because if you kill her, that is a game over. So what we do instead to try and go faster is that you see that I use the flash grenade because I can very easily stun her and also for some reason do damage to her medallion if I can hit it correctly. So hit the medallion 7 times and then you can just immediately pull it off. And if you were photosensitive and looking away, it is now safe for you to look back.
There are other ways to go about this fight. Like the actual faster way to do is you were to equip a submachine gun
Yeah.
and then shoot her in the leg, because that basically makes her go into a very specific animation where you can easily shoot her device on her chest. And then just alternate between that, you know, shoot her in the leg, shoot the device, and so on and so forth until you do that a couple of times, and then you can rip that off instantly again. However, there's a very high chance that you just kill her very quickly by doing that, because shooting her leg actually does damage her.
And if you miss the medallion, it also damages her quite a lot. So yeah.
So it's a very risky strat. It is, again, a little bit faster to do that. You can go.
I'm not there yet, so yeah.
But we found this strat. It works a little bit better for us. It's also a little bit safer. So especially during a marathon,
safe reasons.
especially during a marathon, we just like to go for that instead, even though it's a little bit slower to do.
Yeah.
Another thing that we did right here, once again, we split up where Sheva was just, or Tali was just going, you know, along the ship while I went up to that mast and shot these 2 enemies up on that crane. And that is very important because if you shoot these guys,
You
before
might remember
come
from the casual playthrough, something's about to happen here.
yeah, to this specific spot, they would drop a cage on you or on one of the characters, and then you would have to go up that crane and lift that cage back up. but since I killed those guys, this cutscene doesn't happen, or this whole scenario doesn't happen, which saves a lot of time.
Oh, he punched me. I was trying to go for the knife strat because I'm told that it's a console-only strat, but
It's not working.
yeah, I'm confused. I remember trying to do knife strat on PC, but then it didn't work, so we just started shooting it instead. But then someone recently told us that, oh, you can do it on console, but I don't know.
Speaking of, Yato in chat right now actually told us that's right, but again, keep in mind, we are mainly PC runners. This is just, a backup solution that we're actually running it on console, so there are slight differences between the console and PC versions of the game that we might not exactly know about, so please forgive us if we don't go for every console strat in the run, because, this is basically the second time or whatever that we are running this actually on console.
Yep.
With
So
not a lot of prep time.
shout out to Yotogami NL, who is a lot more knowledgeable about RE5 than we are. If you want to see a fellow RE5 speedrunner who knows stuff, then, go seek out Yotogami.
He actually, together with Maklosla, recently beat one of our world records in the full game category of this.
Yes.
By, I think, a full minute or so. So I guess we have to soon go back to that and reclaim our world record.
I mean, it's full game. Do we have to?
We're just gonna leave the world record to them fightless.
I mean, it's full game, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I also love that guy. He's always prepared for an attack, but he never hits. He never lands it.
Just
But hey,
faking it.
he tries his absolute best.
Sometimes that is just not good enough. Sorry to say.
Starting to be worried about our health again. We should probably heal soon. We have a moment. I mean, we have some time segments coming up, so we can make sure to health manage during those.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I like running up close so I can just be as close to him as possible when he finally dies. Because I need to go get a second keycard, or we can go through this door. And try to not get shot.
Come on!
Oh, you know what? That works. Not what I had in mind, but that works.
I thought I'd take the opportunity to just get it out of the way.
And before they lose it all now, because they're trolls. Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, on my screen there you can see an example of what doesn't happen to Chris when he has sunglass costume on, because I did in fact get quite blinded by that flashbang. I do not have sunglasses. I just have regular glasses.
Imagine not having sunglasses at night on a trip.
I mean, like Wesker does. He's almost blind as a result.
So yeah, I guess, or I hope that you're all hyped for the Resident Evil 5 remake that basically got stealth announced. Kinda.
Also, I do want to mention that we are at 6-2 right now. 6-3 is the last chapter of the game, so you are running out of time to meet the boulder punch, essentially.
True.
If you want to see that boulder be punched, you gotta get those donations in. And then you plant some trees in the progress. Oh god, I missed that one, but apparently I don't need to hit it as long as you do.
Not only are we punching boulders, we're also planting trees.
Exactly.
It's the whole deal, everybody.
I think this is another QT boss fight, don't worry. We're gonna actually fight it later on.
Imagine punching a boulder so hard a tree sprouts out of it. That is what we're doing here today.
Is it?
Persistent son of a bitch.
People don't need for it.
So now what?
Oh, what? How'd it hit me?
I don't know. We gotta get the hell out of here before it destroys this place.
So you don't actually have to hit these QTEs in order to, be safe from these tentacles. You can just back up. Basically does the same, but you do have to back up quite a ways. Because the hitbox for these guys is pretty high.
It is
big.
pretty generous, yes. Oh, I think I missed mine. And you missed your second one too.
And the third one as well. A little optimization here. Charlie shot
You
this guy
blinded me.
with one magnum shot to make him transform, so I can just immediately kill him with the flash grenade afterwards. But apparently I blinded her, so it wasn't that big of a transfer this time around.
Alright, now we're time for the actual boss fight. We did the QTs before, now we're actually gonna fight the thing that is, you haven't really seen her in the speedrun at all, but it's, Excella.
And she's changed. I mean,
A little bit.
she's definitely changed. She's a big girl now. They grow so fast.
Right?
Grow so fast. She was just a little girl a moment ago. Now she's this. Well, I will leave it to your imagination, whatever this thing is supposed to be.
I think so. That is a dangerous thing to use with the imagination of the internet.
Too late, I put it up there. I think somebody on the production team watched too much of a specific type of anime here. Looking at these things.
No problem.
These are just swerving around wild. Jeez.
Alright, this second big bull's coming up, and then we're almost done with this boss fight, which puts us in the last chapter of the game. And your last chance to donate for the bull punch.
I think we have about 6 to 10 more minutes of the run going, roughly. So do get your donations in, everybody.
I wasn't
are
kidding about
appreciated.
last chance.
And we want to punch that boulder. I want to punch that boulder. What am I doing?
I don't
I
know.
don't need to do this yet. Thought I was gonna prepare for the thing, but then I noticed I need way more things for the thing, so that was
God damn it, Wesker.
Insightful. Thank you.
yeah. I didn't want to spoil it just yet, so I tried to make it as obscure as possible.
Hey.
A bomber equipped with missiles. He can't fly around in that without getting shot down.
You know what?
Oh god.
This is not an obscure speedrun,
It's not. It's not at all. Resident Evil is quite mainstream, in fact.
and it's definitely not obscure. Because that is something completely different.
You're having way too much fun with this.
I am.
So we're going to be coming up on another, doesn't matter for RTA, but matters for IGT optimization, which is going to be this bulkheads. We're going to have to open a couple of them. Actually, I think 3.
Two.
Is it just 2?
This one, the next one.
Okay. Yeah, so a couple of these to progress, and you will see that we will watch this cutscene, because that will let the bulkhead start opening. And be more open by the end. Like, if we had skipped that, it would be more closed, and we would have to wait even longer for it to close. So, small optimization doesn't matter for RTA, matters for IGT, which is the main method this is time for the works. Ooh, if I had hit that grenade, that would have been dicey. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can line myself up to shoot the rocket guy that's gonna show up here. I think I should be able to shoot him here. It's gonna be really annoying because you see those, I guess, what do you call these?
Metal bars?
Metal bars, thank you. In front of me. If my aim goes past one of those, I actually can't. You're over there now? Why are you over there?
Nope.
Hold on.
You decided to be somewhere I can't actually reach him, which is really rude.
That is rude.
Now he moved over to where I was. Oh, this guy, yeah.
It is very finicky to shoot through these metal bars.
Yeah. If you get really unlucky with your aim, you just can't shoot because you happen to be lined up by a metal bar. How do we get him? No, he's still up there.
Oh.
I guess he
Yes,
gets
it
to
doesn't
hang
matter.
out there. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing here where we just wait the cutscene out because it does open the bulkhead a little bit more.
Yep. And now we also get the one-shot enemies again, so we need to be really careful. And we still have the rocket guys here too, which is even dicier. Can you stun him? Thank you. And the second one dip. Okay. Easy. Money. Yeah, a bit of a flash going. They're not that bad. And then we're gonna get two big boys spawning at the end of this as well as soon as the bulkhead's done opening. So we're gonna line ourselves up to try and shoot this as fast as possible.
So yeah, we're actually coming up to the end of the Punch the Boulder incentive. So we have about another minute or so. We need this at the end of the next boss fight. It will happen in 2 rooms from here. So do get your donations in. Let's go ahead, punch that boulder, plant some trees. Don't do that in reverse, don't go punching trees and plant boulders. That's not how we're here for it.
I mean, you could try, but I don't think it'll work.
Yeah.
This isn't mine. It's not good.
I got him. Yeah, these can be very finicky. At least the guy on the left likes to just run over to the left and make it really hard to hit because that's where the fence is. And the fence also likes to block bullets for absolutely no reason.
So we're coming up on the next Wesker fight.
Yep.
And once again, after this next fight, we will close down the Punch the Boulder incentive. So only have a minute
last chance.
or so to left to do that.
Alright, let's get him into the animate. No, we need to get him into the animation. Come on.
Do it. Not that one.
That was the wrong one.
No, not that one. No.
Thought he was gonna do a little roundhouse. Come on, do the roundhouse! That also works, I guess.
Is that all you have?
I also love this part because if you turn the light, oh shit, why am I doing this? I keep hitting this on instinct. But yeah, if you turn the lights off, Wesker basically can't see because he has sunglasses on and it's dark. It's my favorite thing.
He's just too cool to put off his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Rather fight in the dark.
In the speedrun anyway.
Rather.
Oh, alright, he's down for the first time. Oh, we just need to get him down like that one more time, and then this segment of the fight is over.
Where are we?
Wesker's very pushy today.
Oh, second time?
There we go. Get him! Get him!
Alright, and that will be the end for the boulder punching incentive. So, Nordic, how are we looking?
Sadly, I believe that boulder is going to remain unreleased.
Into the atmosphere.
Can't believe it.
Complete global
Punched the boulder.
saturation.
Did we at least plant a couple of trees?
It did 5 trees, but we needed.
Fair enough.
We'll have to plant more trees in our spare time after this.
Punch some boulders. Just because. Alright, but yeah, game is not quite over yet.
Not quite.
Because we have one more thing to do.
You have one more thing to do. I am basically done at this point.
So yeah, your run can look really good at this point, and then you just lose minutes to this particular boss fight.
So this is when our run is probably going to be no longer leaderboard valid, but that's okay. We're here for charity.
Why can't you understand?
Alright. Some good lucks for Aeshmah in the chat, please. I'm done. I'm basically not doing anything else in this run. We just get to watch the strategy happen from 2 perspectives.
Humans have escaped this winnowing.
I don't know if I want to explain while you're focusing.
Right.
Okay. So basically what he's doing is, you can see, is a very specific setup with proximity mines. There's one right there to try and slow Wesker down to give him exactly the amount of time he needs. And then he places the rest of his mines right on top. We're going to do something similar we did to Ouroboros before, where we have a bunch of them in one cluster. and then we flash grenade them. And if you do it right, this happens, and we're done with the fight. And guess what? We're speedrun leaderboard valid, baby.
Time.
It's time.
That's right.
That was amazing. You have no idea. That's a hard strategy to do. That is so difficult.
Like
So many things can go wrong with that strategy, and we first tried it.
Like we practiced this, you know, because this is a backup
was for our
setup,
fallen
right?
brothers.
And we actually did 2 runs, I think. And the first time around, I did the first try, and then the next time we were ahead by 7 minutes coming to this part, and we left it 10 minutes behind. It took me 15 minutes roundabout to get this right. It is that finicky.
Yep.
So every time you get this off first try, that is a very personal accomplishment. Because your run can be on relative pace, it can go however well it does. And then you come to this part and just screw it up. And then it is right at the end. It is the very last thing that's over.
And again-
apart from getting that rocket launcher.
And again, console is timed purely by IGT. It's not LRT like we can do on PC, meaning that if we need to do a non-tactical reset, it's invalid. It's done.
Yeah, you would have to do the fight the normal way, and since you
Yeah.
don't have the equipment for the fight at that point, because again, you're not allowed to use a rocket launcher, you have to do the fight, you know, normally, again with infinite magnum ammo and stuff, but it would just take forever because you would have to go to punch the boulder, which we actually do not need to do in the normal speedrun, you know, unless we do the donation incentive. You would have to do the hanging thing and the walk around, and it just takes minutes. It takes minutes.
But that's us done. So thank you so much for having us. Again, shout outs to Smaklosa and Yatogami, fellow RE5 runners who also run similar categories to us. They also run No Merchant. So you should definitely follow them if you'd like to see more RE5. And for me, I also run RE6. I'm actually in for RE6 at SGDQ this year, so very excited for that. You definitely do want to tune in for that. And if you want to see more horror speedruns, retro speedruns, you can follow me at twitch.tv/TAINTEDTALI.
And if you want to see from me, I mainly run samurai games, which, you know, this isn't exactly a samurai game, but there is a gun in this game called the Samurai Age. Wesker uses it, so it's a bit of a samurai game, but
Close
if you are in the mood for Onimusha, Ghost of Tsushima, and all those things, you know, I just did Vengeful Guardian Moonlight just before this run. Check me out at Twitch.tv Aeshmah with an underscore at the end. And that's it from us.
Keep planting trees and keep donating to charity.
Good luck to all the rest of the runners. We are just starting. You know, the weekend has just begun. We have a lot of awesome runs still lined up for you guys. And I guess we'll see you around.
Yeah, and thank
Bye-bye,
you,
everybody.
Thank you both for that amazing run. We are going to run to an intermission, and when we come back, we are going to have The Messenger being run by Space Croquette. So stick around. We'll see you soon.